4D-M1N, feminine command bridge droid, who assisted Emmanuel Doza, the captain of the Colossus platform on the planet Castellon. While often residing in Doza Tower, she occasionally left to perform tasks for the station's captain. The First Order's interest in the station ultimately resulted in her destruction when she was shot down by Commander Pyre while she attempted to defend Captain Doza from being placed under arrest. After the Colossus escaped from a First Order attack into hyperspace, 4D-M1N was repaired. As the assistant of Captain Emmanuel Doza on the Colossus refueling platform, 4D-M1N acted as liaison, escorting guests into the captain's office in Doza Tower and relaying messages to the station's residents. She was also able to defend Doza with hidden blasters built into her shoulders and wrists. 4D also assisted the other residents of the tower, including the captain's daughter Tora and the other pilots of A Squadron. When the First Order delivered fuel to the Colossus during the power outage, as an attempt to persuade Captain Doza to accept their offer of protection, 4D escorted Major Elric Von Reg and several stormtroopers to Doza's office, standing behind the captain as Von Reg spoke to him. Sometime later, 4D exited Tora's quarters to find the stormtroopers in pursuit of Kazuda Shinnok, who was secretly a spy placed on the platform by the Resistance. As 4D opened the door to Tora's room and walked out, Shinnok ran in behind her and escaped through a window. The stormtroopers followed Shinnok into the room, and 4D protested, asking that they leave. The troopers ignored her, continuing to chase after Shinnok. After two children, Isla and Kel, escaped the massacre of their village on Tahar, the First Order put out a bounty on them. Captain Doza heard that Shinnok had been seen in the marketplace with the children, sending 4D to summon him. She eventually located him and Miku Vozo, taking them both to meet with Doza. Once Doza had finished speaking with Shinnok, he requested that 4D escort him and Vozo out of his office, and she did so, accompanied by one of the Colossus security droids. Once 4D had gone, Doza contacted Captain Phasma, informing her that the children had been spotted, unaware of why the First Order were searching for them. The two children later faked their deaths to escape Commander Pyre and several stormtroopers, and 4D entered Captain Doza's office, informing him of the First Order's departure. Sometime later, as Captain Doza was waiting to meet with the First Order, Tora entered his office, wishing to leave the tower. Doza, wanting to keep Tora safe, refused to let her leave while the First Order were on the station. When Tora walked out of Doza's office, the captain asked 4D to keep his daughter in her room until the First Order had left. 4D followed Tora back to her room, telling her that she had to remain inside for the next several hours. Tora attempted to leave for her patrol with the A Squadron, but 4D disregarded the need to, as her patrol had been covered by the other pilots. Tora, picking up her pet Buggles, tried to persuade 4D to let the Vorpak go outside. 4D was disgusted by the creature, but decided to take him outside on her own, locking the door on her way out. However, Tora, having figured out the password, managed to escape, but was noticed by Buggles. 4D tried to stop Tora, but the Vorpak urinated on the floor, leaving a disgusted 4D to clean up the mess. 4D later accompanied Captain Doza to meet with Commander Pyre, unaware that Tora was listening from around the corner along with Kazuda Shinnok and BB-8. Doza handed 4D a datapad containing the details of the First Order's proposed security deal, asking the droid to take it to his office. Once she had done so, she entered Tora's room, relieved to find that she had come back. She noticed BB-8, accusing the BB series astromech of being an intruder. 4D, entering her attack mode, backed BB-8 into a corner, but Tora convinced her to deactivate. 4D returned to normal and apologized for the mistake, explaining that Captain Doza had warned her of possible droid spies. 4D was about to notice Shinnok sneaking out of the room, but she was distracted by BB-8, allowing Shinnok to escape unseen. The First Order, wanting to force Captain Doza to accept their agreement, set up the kidnapping of his daughter. Two pirates from Kragan Gor's Warbird gang, Drell and Valak, entered the tower with the help of Sinara San, who was unaware of what their mission was. The pirates used an EMP grenade to disable several security droids, and 4D noticed the droid's deactivation. She reported it to Doza, also informing him that Tora appeared to be missing from her quarters. Doza ordered that 4D send security droids to search the Colossus. Once Doza learned that Tora had been kidnapped, he asked 4D to alert the Aces. 4D, taken by surprise, ran out of the office to signal the squadron. The First Order betrayed the pirates, pretending to rescue Tora from the kidnapping they organized. and returned her to Doza. 4D stood behind Doza while he met with Major Elric von Reg, who left several stormtroopers behind for additional security. Following Tora's rescue, the First Order began to occupy the Colossus. Captain Doza was concerned about the First Order presence, but 4D proposed that the station had been much safer since their arrival. Commander Pyre later returned to the station with more troopers, and 4D brought him into Doza's office so he could meet with the captain. Sometime later, Pyre visited Doza once again to order the captain to halt the platform's races and ground the Ace Squadron. 4D escorted Pyre to the tower, alerting Doza to his presence. After Kazuda Shinnok, along with the rest of Jarek Yeager's team, were accused of being spies by the First Order, Shinnok escaped capture with Niku Vozo and Yeager. To send a message out to the resistance, Shinnok sank the Colossus into the ocean of Castellon, leaving only Doza Tower above the surface. He and Yeager were able to swim up to and disable the First Order's communications jammer and alert the resistance of their situation. Yeager was captured, which angered Doza, who entered his office to confront Pyre, with 4D following behind him. Doza's accusations led Pyre to accuse him of insubordination, ordering several stormtroopers to arrest him. Before they could do so, Doza asked 4D to stop them. Instantly, 4D revealed her combat capabilities, taking down one trooper with her shoulder-mounted blasters. A second stormtrooper tried to fire at her, but she was able to dodge the shots, grabbing the trooper by the arm and slamming them into the ground. She threw the body at a second trooper that was attempting to fight Doza, knocking both of them down. She turned to shoot Pyre with the blasters hidden in her wrists, but the commander was faster, shooting 4D and knocking her backwards. With two more shots from Pyre's blaster, 4D deactivated, falling to the ground. With Doza defenseless and at gunpoint, Pyre laughed at the attempt, taking him away to be imprisoned. With the help of Vozo, Shinnok, and Yeager, Doza was freed from imprisonment and managed to reactivate the Colossus, escaping into hyperspace after coming under attack from the First Order. Sometime afterward, 4D-M1N was rebuilt and served in the command deck of the space station. Once the Colossus emerged from hyperspace 3 parsecs away from the planet Gar, she reported that their hyperdrive was out of coaxium fuel, and as such was unable to make any further hyperspace jumps. Yeager requested that 4D attempt to make contact with the Resistance base on Kar. The droid assistant of Captain Doza, 4D-M1N was able to control many aspects of the Colossus, including the many security droids posted around the station. She kept track of the security droids, and was alerted if they were deactivated. She had the ability to enter a separate attack mode when facing an intruder. When in attack mode, 4D confronted the intruder, her photoreceptors changing to red and her vocabulator speaking in a deeper voice. Once she had switched into attack mode, it was difficult for others to persuade her to deactivate it. 4D had an additional mode for combat in which she could reveal blasters hidden in her shoulders and wrists, and was able to dodge blaster fire at high speed. She showed considerable strength when fighting in this mode, but was nevertheless vulnerable to repeated blaster shots.